Hi, welcome back to Let's Talk with Mieshia. Today I'm doing a book review on Taraji P Henson, Around the Way Girl. I love Taraji. You might know her as Cookie off of Empire, or you might know her off of Baby Boy, or Act Like a Man, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. I'm sorry. So she's been in the game for a long, long time, and she's just now getting. I think she can act anything she wants to act. She's amazing. So once again, I'll give the book review a rating. I give my book reviews a 1 through 10, and I'll tell you why. So I'm going to start her off at a 10, only because if you're an artist or you don't even have to be an artist to really enjoy this book. If you're an artist or you're trying to be a doctor, you're trying to be a lawyer, but more so an artist because she's in the creative arts, this book is for you to hear somebody. And if you're from, I would say urban neighborhood, the city, the hood, the ghetto, I pick ghetto in question marks, but if you're for a low income neighborhood and you want to have hope to make it out, you're from a single mom family, but know that your dreams are in reach as long as you put in time and effort. And this woman here put time and effort. Now I'm going to go into what the book was actually about. By Taraji P Henson, it's Around the Way Girl. Let me put that up to the camera. Look. And I rented it from the library, of course, only because, if you don't want to buy books, you can rent it to the library and see how you like it and still buy it. I feel like that's still supporting the artist by the writer by renting the book, because it'll get on the library's most popular list if a lot of people rent the book. I'm also going to do a review on it on the library's website so other people can enjoy it. If you don't know Taraji P Henson, I just call her Taraji. I love her so much because she is the epitome of just like, I'm going to be myself. I'm from, I guess, the hood. I hate saying that. A lower income area. She grew up with a single mom, even though her dad was kind of in her life, but pretty much a single mom. And she's known, two roles she's really known for is Cookie off of Empire. And I don't know if you guys seen Baby Boy. She was one of the main characters in Baby Boy. Was a hit film in black cinema if you watch black movies and things like that. So watch Baby Boy. I know the target audience is black people, but I think it's a good movie in general. It had Tyrese and Snoop Dogg in it. Starred Tyrese and Snoop Dogg, but she was in here. And the reason I love her so much because I watched her growth, and a lot of people tried to put her in a box. And when I say this woman is an all-around actress, she's an all-around actress. Any role you give her, she can morph into that personality and that person. That's why I love her so much, because I know people doubt that because she talks the way she wants to talk. And that doesn't mean she's not classy or nothing. I just love this woman because I feel like when I see her, I see myself. That's my auntie. So her book is a memoir about her life and how she became an actress and how hard it was. And I'm going to read a few points in the book that I really love. Once again, it's Around the Way Girl. And she grew up in DC. And the best thing I liked about this is how her mom hustled. Her mom was a single mom, and her dad has behavior problems, drug problems, and was really kind of abusive, irrational at a time when his life wasn't together. He's a Vietnam veteran, and a lot of people that came back from the wars, especially men of color, did not get treated like an American, even though they fought for this country. So he struggled with that. But I like that she wasn't bitter to her dad, and she still had a connection with him and still took something from it, and that she didn't let that, not having her father totally there. He did end up getting his life together and being in her life. But I like that how that she didn't let it stop her. And so she tells the story. I'm going to read some parts in it that I really like on what she said, because she tells a lot of things. So I'm going to read this part. She says in her book, as a community, reprise creativity, even and especially if the world we live in isn't quick to reward it. In the hood, having a voice then is freedom. It's also a black thing. So and then she was like, let's keep it real. Collectively, we can be, I'm not going to read that actually, but she was talking about how us, the black culture of dressing different and everything else, having big hoops, having color braids, having color weave, having long decorative nails, that's part of the culture to be different. And you know, a lot of people think it's ghetto, but now in mainstream, they kind of put it on the high fashion runways and now it's popular, but we've been doing it. So I like that about her. And I'm going to read some more just to get my point across and things like that. So I'm sorry, I'm going to find it. She also talks about, so let me just not look at this real quick. So she also talks about the struggles of growing up and things, and she always had the passion to sing and be an actress on the stage, and her mother nourished that. And I think that's real important for people to read her and say how her parents nourished her creative arts. I know in the black community and other communities, but I can only speak on the black community because I'm a part of the black community. You know, the goal is always to get a career, being a lawyer, doctor, and everything else. Everybody tell you not to be in the creative arts because there's no money there, and that we need to really catch up with the white folks. That's what I hear a lot of older people saying, like, oh, do this, do that. We need to catch up with them. When really her parents encouraged her to be in the arts and be herself, and that's how she was successful in the arts. I think we need to do that more for our children and just black community. We have, if you look at the Harlem Renaissance, blues, country, all that, we invented all of that because we are good at the arts. So yes, we do need doctors, lawyers. We do need city council representatives. I'm not telling people not to do that, but if your kid wants to be in the arts, encourage that. Encourage them to do whatever they are willing to invest their time in. Because I always tell that whatever you're willing to invest your time in, that's what you should do. Not your passion, because people have passions that they don't want to invest in. But if you're willing to invest your time into the arts, that's what you need to do. And she actually went to North Carolina for a while. I don't want to get the school name wrong. North Carolina, the HBCU. She went there, ended up leaving and transferring, paying off her debt there, transferring to Howard, because Howard is a historically black school as well. And Howard is known for their arts. Like a lot of people, most of our famous black actors come from Howard University. Lance, I forgot his name. Lance come from Howard. Chadwick actually graduated from Howard. She transferred from North Carolina A&T, which is also HBCU, but Howard is not putting it above other HBCUs, but it is the HBCU to go to. So she went there to finish her arts, and while she was there, she ended up having a child by one of her Mark, who is the love of her life at the time. And she really was like, that's not going to hinder me. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep doing it. And she didn't really let that stop her. And it was an amazing story about how she used all her resources. She ended up breaking up with her father's child's father because he was abusive, and he didn't just have it all together, and she didn't have time for it. And that's a pivotal moment in her life because she could have chose to stay and not concentrate on her career, but she was like, you know what, I have this child, I have my career, I don't have time for it. And that was hard for her, but she chose the love of her child and herself first before the father of her child. And she talks about how people criticize single moms, and how, especially black moms, even the black community, everybody criticized single black moms as being a gold digger, want to work the system, and their baby wasn't out of love. She's like, her child was out of love. And I think it was really upstanding. Like, I think that needs to be said because a lot of people assume that you're a single mom and it's bad. And then she talked about her move to Hollywood. Her father actually encouraged her to go to Hollywood and to be there with her cousin. And she moved to Hollywood with her son. She didn't leave her son behind. And she just talked about her progress on how she ended up being the Emmy nominated, Oscar nominated, award winning actress she is today, and how she's just an all around performer and how much work she put in it. So I love her. I see myself a lot in her, and that's why I think you guys should read the book. I think everybody can get something from it, whether you're in college, you're going after your dreams. I don't care if it's in the arts or in the science or politics. This is a motivating book, and just her personality. I'm the rough edge, ghetto, hood, loud, know it all, like I'm gonna do this type of girl. So I love her as a person, and I think everybody should read her book. Once again, it's by Taraji, aka Cookie, Around the Way Girl. Either you can buy it on Amazon, or you can. It's $26, I believe, or $26 or something less on Amazon. You can buy it used or new. Also, it's on I can't think of the name of it, but it's also at your local library. Check your local library. If you don't have the funds to buy it, that does not mean you can't enjoy the book. Check your local library for the book, and if not, you can order it at your local library and have it sent to your local library. But I would suggest everybody read the book. Once again, it's Around the Way Girl. Thank you, Taraji. Yeah.